What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH. I'm glad that Chase is on the mend, thanks to Anna getting that antidote from Peter crazy ass. I hate the fact that Anna basically had to pander to him. Like I hate that. She basically had to go to him hat in hand and demand and pretty much beg for that antidote. I said, hell no. I don't like that. Um, but when she slipped Finn the antidote, Liz peeped it. Liz noticed that, and Liz is gonna ask some questions. Like, first of all, what's good with this antidote? And how Anna managed to get it. So Finn and Anna gonna either have to come up with a creative excuse or tell her the truth about Peter. I think the reason that they're keeping the truth about Peter killing Franco is because one, they don't have the proof. Two, if they tell Liz, she's gonna confront Peter about it. And that's the last thing they need. Because we all know how Peter is when he feels like somebody's confronting him or trying to get in his way. He eliminates said problem. And that's the last thing they want to do is put Liz in harm's way. So I for one think that's a few reasons why they're not telling her yet. But she's gonna find out sooner rather than later. Too many people know the truth for her not to find out. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna find out. Either somebody gonna slip or, she might overhear something. But she's definitely suspicious. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about that. Um, but it's gonna be a hot mess though when she do find out. That's for damn sure. But Liz is definitely gonna find out soon. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. Peter crazy ass. That man is cartoon prime time Looney Tune fucking crazy. Like this fool is sitting there talking about hiring a full time nurse, and when Maxie said, "No, I'm good. You ain't gotta do all that," this fool said, "I can move back in." Excuse me? No, your crazy ass cannot. No, your Hannibal Lecter ass is not moving the fuck back in that apartment. This man is like, if you look up the word delusional, he's just in there like, that's just Peter. Delusional is all get out. And this fool had the nerve to say we could have more kids in the future. Sir, sir. No, your delusional ass is not having no more kids. Not by Maxie, you not. No, you are not. This man is fucking crazy. Oh my god. Like, was Alex drinking when she was pregnant with him, or did she drop him on the head or something? No. Like, this man just has no chill. And the way he was taunting Anna about that antidote, I was like, this bastard. Oh my god. As much as I do not like Peter, I will say this: his antics keep me entertained. I will say the crazy shit that comes out of his mouth, like he just thinks that he did nothing wrong. That's what he thinks. Like he thinks he did nothing wrong. Like he's the pillar of the community. Are you crazy? We can have more kids. I can move back in. Oh my lord. Somebody get him some therapy, please. He need a good psychiatrist because he's just not getting it. I'm telling you, this is what happens when you deal with a sociopath. Like he's a psychopath and he's a sociopath. Like dude is just nuts. Um, and when Brooklyn came in there, she was like going back and forth with him and whatnot. And the only way to get him out of there, because he said he's still sitting there when Brooklyn came in. He didn't want to leave. Like he talking about, oh, don't mind me. Yeah, I'm gonna mind you. Get the hell out. Like, bye. You see, they're trying to have a private conversation. He just sitting there, don't mind me. No, I am gonna mind you. Get your ass out. I do mind you. Get out. Thank you and goodbye. Like Maxie basically had to come up with an excuse to get his ass to leave. She was basically like, all right, cool. If you want to hire a full time nurse, hire a full time nurse. And that made him finally leave. I said, thank God. Like, get out. Um, and even when he saw Valentine, he was sitting there gloating to Valentine about Anna arranging a meeting between him and Maxie, him to see Maxie and stuff. You know, just gloating. Like that's all he does nowadays. He just walks around town gloating at everybody. Like, bro, you don't even know your time is coming. It's very short. You trust me. Like he don't even know. His time, his days are numbered. One way or another, he gonna get dealt with. Um. So anyway, Olivia, I feel like Olivia screwed the pooch on this one because when she was telling Brooklyn about Maxie and stuff like that, and her situation and all that, I felt like she kind of put an idea in Brooklyn's head. She definitely put an idea in Brooklyn's head. And when Brooklyn hugged her and thanked her and stuff, and she walked out, you could tell Olivia was suspicious of what Brooklyn was doing because she felt like that was too easy. And she was definitely suspicious. I'm like, yeah, Olivia, you just kind of gave her a little push to do what we all feel is about to come. And that's why Brooklyn went to go see Maxie. Because she's going to devise up a plan to give Maxie what she wants. And so that way, in turn, she can get what she wants. Basically, she takes Maxie's baby, keeps the child, acts like the child is hers. So that way, Maxie can go ahead with her plan to act like the baby died to, get Peter the hell away from her. And she could satisfy Valentine and get the ELQ stock all in the same breath. Perfect plan on paper. But I have a feeling that plan is going to blow up in her face. I think it might work for a little time, for like the time being, but it's definitely going to blow up in her face. Like, there's no question about that. I love the scenes between Valentine and Alexis when he went to go see Alexis and stuff like that. Telling her about Brooklyn being pregnant. And Alexis, I feel like is being totally hard on herself. Like she basically told Valentine, like, "Oh, if you're gonna ask, what would I do? You can ask." But she was like, "If I were you, I'd do the opposite of what I tell you." Like she's being way too hard on herself. Like Alexis need to give herself a break. She's being way too hard. Um, And I'm glad that, Valentine convinced her to reach out to her daughter, like to reach out to Sam and stuff and start allowing her kids to see her. Because the only person really that was on her visitors list that she was expecting was Diane. She didn't want to see anybody else. I'm like, Alexis, you cannot alienate yourself from the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? That's your family. They need to see you on a regular basis. Like, she really do need to stop being so tough on herself. And I'm glad because Valentine, I think his conversation with her helped her realize, like, yeah, she is being hard on herself. And I'm glad that he texted Sam and told Sam, like, come to Pentonville, your mom wants to see you. Good. Um, I definitely love the conversation between Sam and Dante and stuff because I feel like Maxie is gonna need all the help she can get. Um, she's gonna need people in her corner. She definitely will. I honestly feel like the writers are going in that direction though with Sam and Dante. I really do feel like that's where they're heading. And Olivia was even asking questions when she saw the two of them together. She was like, "What's going on between you and Sam?" Um, I think Olivia is trying to push that too. I definitely think she is because she was like, "Oh, when he was like Maxie, she need friends and whatever," and Olivia was like, "Shit, you need a friend too." I feel like Olivia is gonna try to, nudge them together. And in my opinion, if Olivia does that, that would be totally hypocritical on her part because all the static she gave Lulu when Lulu finally moved on with Dustin, she gave Lulu hell for that. So I would be totally upset if she tried that foolishness, trying to put Dante with Sam. I mean, for me, I probably wouldn't mind them being together, even though I feel it's a little messy because they got siblings in common. Plus, she slept with his daddy at one point, so that's a little too much. Like, damn, you gonna sleep with the father, then sleep with the son? That's a bit much, but okay. Like, for me, I wouldn't care if they got together, but at the same time, it's like I do see them more as friends than anything else, and they should stay that way. I wouldn't be mad if they got together in a PI business or something, but romantically, it's just too messy. But then again, it is daytime drama, so I guess the messier the better, I suppose. Um, I wouldn't be all the way opposed to it, but maybe. I would have to see like them as a couple. I'm trying to picture Sam and Dante as a couple, but I don't know if I can. I'm trying. And the crazy part is with Olivia knowing that Maxie plans to make it look like her child is stillborn. It could also this plan could blow up in Maxie's face because who's to say Olivia is going to keep that secret? You know what I mean? Like who's to say? Because Olivia tried the same thing with Julian, and look how that turned out. It's literally the same situation, and it didn't turn out well for Olivia. So I don't see how it's going to turn out well for Maxie. Um, so anyway, moving on. Now we get to the spinoff show. We're gonna start talking about the spinoff now. We done left General Hospital in Port Charles. We talking about Nixon Falls now. This is the spinoff. Uh, of course, Nina is not trying to let Mike go into that room to see Jax because Jax believes that he saw Sonny, but he knows that it's impossible because Sonny's dead. Um, the question is, what is Nina's? I agree with a lot of people that's in the comments saying it. I agree. What is her end game for all of this? Like, because she can't stay in Nixon Falls forever. Like, what about her life in Port Charles? What about Wiley? And Jax pretty much told her if she comes back to Port Charles, Michael could let her see Wiley because he talked to Michael, and Michael would, maybe allow her to see him. But it's like she's just playing this game, and it's like it's not gonna go the way she thinks it's gonna go. Like this is a deadly game she's playing you know. And I'm surprised that Mike is not Sonny is not getting some type of twinge that he knows Jax. Like there was no spark there. I'm like even mentioning his name, it's like nothing. Even the mention of Port Charles, nothing. Like no spark, no nothing. This is a town he's lived in for over 25 years, and you got no spark from that name, Port Charles. You got nothing. Like I find that a little difficult to believe. I'm like, how blocked is your memory? Um, Nina is just. I knew she was gonna play that game. Like she was hell bent on keeping Mike out that room, and even he felt it. Even Mike felt it. He was. I don't know why I'm calling him Mike. I be wanting to call him Sonny, then I'd be like Mike for storyline purpose. It's like this shit is about to make my head explode. Um, so for storyline purposes, let's just say Mike. Uh, oh my goodness, I'm gonna need them to end this storyline tomorrow. Like immediately, because this is giving me a migraine. Mike, Sonny, Mike, Sonny. It's like Nixon Falls. What the Tano? It's like, come on here, damn it. Um. So yeah, and even Mike got the sense that she was trying to get rid of him and that she was hiding something. He was suspicious about it too. Like he was like, "You trying to get rid of me?" She was like, "Basically, yeah." Like, um. But my thing is, like I said, Nina cannot stay in Nixon Falls forever. Like, what about Wiley? What about Crimson? Speaking of Crimson, who the hell is running it? Like she's in Nixon Fall 24/7 now, worried about Mike and the Tano, and what about her articles and everything else? Like who's running it? Maxie's no longer there. It's like what are you doing? Like it's some foolishness. Um, yeah, like I said though, hopefully they move this storyline the hell along. Um, and we get going on this because there's some foolishness. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see you all later. Have a good day. Peace.